What's up, everybody? Welcome to Human Innovation Tarot. My name is Eddie with Imagine Life Development Center, and today I wanted to share a video with you guys that I took from a recent live tarot reading. In this video, I'm talking about dealing with our discomforts in life. We all go through things in life. We go through breakups, we go through loss, betrayal, health issues, financial struggles, all sorts of things that we go through. And unfortunately, because society is hell-bent on keeping us distracted and medicated in all the different ways that are provided to us, most of us escape our discomfort instead of embracing it, leaning into it. We have to feel to heal, right? And so in this video, I just talk about the concept of needing to deal with discomfort when it shows up. And what most people do is we go through experiences, painful experiences, disappointments, frustration, loss. We go through all these negative experiences in life and we just suppress them. We suppress them. We bury them inside of ourselves. And so we end up with this bank account full of, discomfort and pain and all this stuff. It's inside of us. It's waiting to come out. It's like pouring water into a bucket and it's all in there. The bucket's full and we have all this, trauma and pain inside of us. Well, at some point, eventually, that's going to show up. Whether it shows up abruptly, whether it comes out directly, or whether it's just there and it's affecting us unconsciously and indirectly, which for a lot of people it does. And it influences us behind the scenes. We have these blind spots where we're attracted to things that are unhealthy for us, or we avoid things that are healthy for us. And so there's all types of symptoms that we can experience that affect us negatively by not dealing with our pain and our discomfort. So that's what this video is about. And just a quick word of warning. I get very passionate in my tarot readings, and sometimes I use adult language. So if there are any sensitive ears nearby, just a friendly heads up. I hope you guys enjoy the video and see you very soon. Scarcity. Maybe that's all it is. I just need to disappear and come back randomly on you guys. We can all have a toxic relationship with me and my tarot channel. I'm here one day and I'm gone the next, and you never know when I'm going to come back. Yeah, we have a toxic love-hate relationship with Eddie's tarot channel. Okay, hello. So basically, yeah, with your reading, the divine wants you basically to understand that there's something here regarding a relationship with a dude. You said a dude. This is in a relationship with a dude in your past. Now, if you're thinking, well, I'm not with anybody from my past. Well, I don't know. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Who knows? Only you know. But what I can tell you, regardless, if you are with this person or not in real time, in the present moment, their energy is still attached to you with the past card. And so this is something that actually happens a lot more frequently. It's actually very common, more oftentimes than not. See, a lot of times we as people, we think that we've gotten over somebody from our past when in fact we haven't, energetically speaking. What we've done is we've distracted ourselves from something that has gone unhealed. And this is, if I would say, I don't know. I have to be honest, so I gotta think about this for a second. I would say it's neck and neck with perhaps one of the number one reasons why, and at least in relationship coaching, why I see the same patterns reoccur within people again and again and again and again and again. Like there's only so many patterns that people have. And when you've seen all the patterns, or most of the patterns, then, and you dig into why the patterns are there, you come up with the same types of answers. And so unfortunately, when it comes to relationships and in the modern age, our culture, regardless of where you are, what country you live in, or what background you're from. I mean, unless you live on a deserted island out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with a bunch of pygmies with sticks, basically, you've never seen civilization before. Then you're probably a normal human being that's living in the world with the rest of us, And unfortunately, with all the technology that's available and all the things, we live in a very distracted, overstimulated, and medicated culture. And so, anytime that we experience pain, loss, or discomfort, our default mode is to go and medicate because that's part of our self-preservation mechanism, but it's also part of culture and conditioning and programming. So very few people have a tolerance for discomfort, especially longer periods of discomfort. Like actually having to sit in your discomfort and examine it and look at it and have a conversation with it, understand it. It's just discomfort, I'm out. That's what most people do. And so, and that could, be for a lot of different reasons. Like we all medicate with different things, different reasons. We all have our own patterns and things. But it's not beneficial because we don't learn anything. And so my point is, many of us have been hurt by something, and it doesn't have to be just a breakup or, I mean, it could be any type of pain, loss, tragedy, trauma, betrayal, anything that's happened in your past that was harmful for you or hurtful for you, that is stored somewhere in your nervous system. Now, if you did not heal it, if you did not confront it, you did not acknowledge it, you didn't feel it, you just medicated, you moved on with life. And of course, now in society and culture, and I don't know, for a long while, perhaps, I don't know, in at least my 43 years on this planet, I don't know if there's ever been a time where it was socially acceptable to embrace or embody one's feelings or emotions. Maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen it. That's not been my experience or the experience of people that I've encountered. Feelings and emotions, we don't hold space. Culture doesn't hold space for that. It's considered weakness or uncomfortable, and that's one of the reasons there's so many attachment issues in relationships, because we have made the divine feminine, the feeling part of us, okay, or that side of our brain, even that hemisphere of our brain. I forget if it's the left or the right. I always forget the left and the right, the masculine versus the feminine side of things, right? But it doesn't matter. It's the feminine essence that has been demonized, and it's been portrayed as weakness. And more than ever, we are in a over masculinized culture. And I'm not going to get into that whole thing, but I'll get on a whole tangent, and I'm not getting on that tangent tonight. But the point is, here for you, for hello, and for the rest of us, sometimes things will come in a reading that it's kind of like, why now? Why is the divine wanting to highlight something now? Even if it's because I've had this happen before for myself, and then people who've come to me for readings, and they're like, well, I'm just here to be the messenger. I don't know what's going on in your life. I have no clue. The cards come out, and I'm just an interpreter, right? Just like if you were somebody who's spoken in a foreign language and I interpret, my job is there just to be the interpreter. That's it. Nothing else. That's kind of what I'm here for. I'm just here to be the messenger. So the cards come out, I see the message, I interpret the message, and then the other person's confused. Because sometimes the divine is highlighting something that doesn't seem relevant, or maybe it wasn't what the person was expecting. But if you give the divine the choice to give you a message, and I'm just using hello as an example here, because this happens often. So might as well talk about it since it's a common occurrence. If you want a general reading, in other words, essentially what that means when someone says, hey, I just want a general reading, whatever comes out, right? And there's lots of different words that people use to say the same thing, but that's what they mean. If you're going to give the divine permission to speak to you about whatever it wants, then it's going to speak to you about what is most important, most critical in you aligning to the next best version of yourself, because that's how the divine works. And if you guys have ever been here, you probably heard me say this, and I'll continue to say it, but there's only two non-negotiables that the divine has when dealing with all of us or interacting with us. The first non-negotiable is the divine will never violate our free will. The second non-negotiable the divine has with all of us is that it will never give you anything that's not in your highest good. So in this case, for hello, there's something connected to the past that has been impeding their progress in moving towards what would essentially be in their highest good. And so the beauty and the power of that is that if we take the message seriously that the divine is giving us and we actually do something about it, then it can have a very, very, very profound effect on our lives, to the extent of which most of the time we're not immediately aware of. But everything in life has cause and effect. And so essentially for you, hello, so kind of coming back to you now specifically, what's most important for you is to heal whatever this thing is. But there's a toxic energy there's a toxic energy attached to you from your past that has not been dealt with. And it's been blocking you from moving forward in many areas of your life, not just relationship, not just love. It's been blocking you from connecting. Look, I can't make this shit up. I didn't know that this card was underneath the past. I was literally just about to say, it's been blocking you from even connecting with yourself in terms of your own self-worth, your self-image, your belief within yourself, your self-value, your perception of you, your confidence, all of that. That's the number one thing that it's been affecting. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. All the other information is in the description box below. And as always, my friends,
I'm not a bloody psychic.